Congratulations, you made it to the fantasy basketball playoffs, but the job isn't done. It's time for you to lock in. While your league mates are sleeping, running out of gas, you are digging deep trying to find the players you need to add off of the waiver wire this week. In this episode, we're going to give you all of those players and help you get that fantasy basketball championship. The first player we want to take a look at from the Memphis Grizzlies, Olivier Maxence Prosper. Your man is cooking with hot bacon grease. Since the trade deadline, he's seen an increase in opportunity, usage, minutes, the whole 9 yards. He was averaging 16 minutes per game before the trade deadline, and now he's up to 26 a game. On the freaking season, your man is averaging 7.8 points per game. But since the trade deadline, he's averaging 14.2 points per game in this expanded role. This is the type of player that could help you down the stretch. He's only rostered in 4.7% of ESPN leagues. So people are sleeping on him wildly. A player that I maybe should have mentioned last week, but wanted to make sure I brought him up to you for week 20. From the Phoenix Suns, Oso Ighodaro. This is a player that I personally picked up. I'm in a matchup right now as we speak, and I grabbed him earlier on in the week, and I've just held on to him, and he's been putting up consistent fantasy basketball numbers, especially for points league. So this is the type of player that if he's available, you want to give him a look. Over the last 7 days, your man is averaging 29.7 minutes per game. I had to lean in to just double check. Wow. On the season, only averaging 20.8 minutes per game, but there's more. In the last 7 days, he's averaging 12.3 points per game. Yes. 9.7 rebounds. Come on. 2.7 assists. Not bad. A little less than a steal a game at 0.7, but on the season, he is averaging a steal per game. And there's more. 1 block per game. You know what we like to say around here. Top is off, boobies is out, hair blowing in the freaking wind. Your man is cooking with hot bacon grease. If he's available, I would give him an ad. Now, this is a red alert just in case this guy happens to be available in your league. If you're in a very, very shallow league, there's a chance he might be hanging out on the waiver wire. But if you're in a competitive 12-team league, chances are Saddiq Bey is not available for you on the waiver wire. He's actually rostered in 58.9% of ESPN leagues, so he's been snatched up in a lot of places, but I had to just talk about him. In the last 11 games, your man is averaging 33 minutes per game, so he's getting tons of run. He's also, in that same time period, averaging 21.5 points per game, 5.6 rebounds, 3.3 assists, and 2.8 three-pointers. For category leagues, for points leagues, this is a player, if you have him on your roster now, I would hold tight. If somebody, you know how it is in the playoffs, things get critical. You got to make tough decisions. Maybe a guy who doesn't have a game on a certain night, you need to fill that slot. And somebody might drop a Saddiq Bey. If you have some fab budget left over, or if you have waiver wire priority, this is the type of player that I would be looking to snatch up if he becomes available. Another player that should be on someone's roster but might slip to the waiver wire in these crazy times of the playoffs from the Golden State Warriors, Brandon Podziemski. Brandon Podziemski is crushing it right now. Check this out. Yo, over the last 7 days, your man is averaging 38.7 minutes per game. Where they do that at? That's wild. 7 points per game over the last 7. Yes. 7.5 rebounds per game. What is he, LeBron? Yes. And 3.3 assists. Not bad. Less than a steal a game and no blocks to speak of. Any way you look at it, Brandon Podziemski might get dropped, right? People are getting desperate. I believe in that first that Monday and Tuesday for the week 20, he plays a back-to-back, I believe. So people might hold, but Tuesday is a pretty high volume day, so people might have him on their bench and not be able to use him. The next day they might need to fill a slot and drop him. So just pay attention. Only rostered in 48.6% of ESPN leagues. If he becomes available, I would snatch him up. Now, the next player, I'm pretty confident he's available in most leagues, from the Dallas Mavericks, Brandon Williams. Brandon Williams is on a bit of a tear right now. He's getting some opportunities. He's averaging 24 minutes per game over the last 10 games. And that's a really great signal. In that same time period, he's averaging 15.1 points per game, 3.1 rebounds, 4.6 assists. Now, Cooper Flagg was out, right? So I think that had a lot to do with it. And he's also back, but we don't know if Coop is going to be running it up down the stretch. So pay attention to what Brandon Williams is doing right now for fantasy basketball. Over the last 7 days, averaging 14.8 points per game. So, you know, he's definitely going to continue to produce down the stretch. From the Chicago Bulls, Colin Sexton. When I tell you, Colin Sexton is cooking with hot oxtail oil right now. And one thing I love about Colin Sexton is his motor. Your man, when he's on the court, he's like a freaking Tasmanian devil. And when he gets going, he is a really, really streaky shooter. We don't know what's going to happen with the Bulls down the stretch. But one thing that's worth noting is that Colin Sexton is getting some run down the stretch. So over the last 7 days, Colin Sexton is averaging 27 minutes per game. Yes, 21.5 points per game. Let that sink in. 2 rebounds per game, 2.3 assists, 1.3 steals per game. Let's just share what he's been doing. On the 5th of March versus Phoenix, he played 38 minutes, scored 30 points, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. But there's more. On March 1st against Milwaukee, he played 32 minutes, 22 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists, but check this out, 3 steals. There's no telling what's going to happen down the stretch, right? And their schedule is not the most favorable at the top of week 20. But later in the week, if he's available and you need to fill a slot, this is the type of player that could shift the balance of the week for you if he has an explosive game. And if you want to have an explosive game this week, check out our most recent Top 50 Rankings episode.